Moments with Mimi. And today we're going to talk about boogeymen. And, as we become, more of a one, the boogeymen become bigger until you let them away, of course. But the boogeyman currently is climate change. And it's funny because in order for someone to, rally that side, they had to go to children, and you're seeing that more and more where, objective man is going to children and trying to scare the next generation. And, you just laugh at them. No, my children are smarter than that. They know better. And a lot of people get all, ooh, you're crazy. You don't believe the science of it? Well, again, science is a story, and it runs through you. So, you can go look at the data set and determine for yourself. I'll give you an example. Someone did that. For the first time ever, the data set that is used by the IPCC and, I believe it's called ClimateGate, is been audited. And the audit was quite shocking that they found 70 areas of concern about data quality and accuracy. So here were some of the main points. And it's this database, the Hadley data, is the most important database for climate modeling. And thus, that's what they're using to try to create policies. And there's no quality control or checks over the data. Okay, that's a problem right there. Is your data good or not? Well, if there's no quality checks, no one knows if it's good or not. So now you're making assumptions based off, inaccurate data. And this is what we do, okay? Because there's really nothing wrong with the climate. The climate is perfect. They take the data, and then the ones who want to believe it's this way see only the things that show them that. And then the ones who want to say it's this way, it's getting too hot, it's getting too cold, see only the data that's over here. And then when you look at the audit, you realize that there's nothing wrong. It's just the climate. Climate's just another word for the weather. And the weather changes. It changes all the time. The earth wobbles, and therefore things move and change. One of the more interesting things that they found in the audit was, besides almost no quality control, and there was even one mistake where a town in Colombia spent 3 months in 1978 at an average daily temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. 80 degrees Celsius. Now think about that for a minute. 80 degrees Celsius is the same as saying 176 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think so. Okay? And then one town in Romania stepped out from summer in 1953 straight into a month of spring at minus 46 degrees centigrade. Well, let's see. Minus 46 degrees centigrade is, wow, that's negative 50 in the middle of summer. Okay, these are supposedly average temperatures for a full month. St. Kitts, it's a Caribbean island, was recorded at 0 Celsius for a whole month, twice. Temperatures for the entire southern hemisphere in 1850 and for the next 3 years are calculated from just one site in Indonesia and some random ships. So these are the kind of things that, they're just selling their story. And that's how it's always been. And it was the same thing when they did the ozone hole. Oh, we made this hole. Well, we think we made this hole this way. We need to get rid of the freon because we think that made the hole. We think. We don't know. That's just what we think. We have no proof. You know, we got this data that says it did and this data that says it didn't. And when you put it all together, it's everything's okay. You know, but back then you didn't get to look at the data sets. Back then you had to take it, what they said. You know, and even though a lot of people didn't believe it, a lot of people did. You know, we're supposed to all be dead. We're supposed to be all doing the floppy tuna. You know, this is a wasteland. They said that. By the year 2000, we're going to all be dead of cancer. That's what they said. All of us. Well, I'm not dead. If you're watching this, you're not dead. You know, oh, but we fixed that. No, we didn't. We changed it. And then we cried that was harmful. And then we changed it again. And then they came out and said, oh, the ozone layer, that's its natural way of being. No worries there. So we took freon, an element, neither good nor bad, decided it was bad. We had been using it for good, and it was great, you know, cooling stuff off, plentiful, free, or $1 at most. And then we took that and made it bad. And it cost us an arm and a leg. And then we found out, yeah, you didn't have to do all that. Right. And, you know, of course now, they're trying to sell us Mad Max. It's just Mad Max. That's all they're doing. You know, it's really quite funny.
Fungus rules the wasteland. Give them nothing. Blow it up. Give them nothing.
Mongoose will not be deformed.
So humanity as a whole has made this, you know, Michael Myers, and for lack of a better term, and, you know, are busy scaring themselves and wanting to spend billions and billions of dollars to change everything. We've already gone through this with the ozone layer. Do we really have to, you know, repeat? I don't like repeats. You know, repeats are boring. Okay, no, thank you. It's the same darn thing. And you're going to spend billions and billions of dollars and then say, oops, sorry, Dexter. You fell for it. You know, it's like the end of the movie, The Devil's Advocate, which, you know, I just love that movie. It's a great movie. But it's the same friggin' thing.
Now, when I get through with the story, we got to talk, Kevin. You got to give me an exclusive. This is wire service. This is 60 minutes. This is a story that needs to be told. It's you. You're a star. Baby. Call me in the morning. You got it. First thing.
Bye, Larry.
Vanity. Definitely my favorite sin.
I see a red door and I want it painted black.
went into his ark, Noah went into his mind and changed the world. And the way the world changed was those who did not turn within when tragedy came were washed away in a flood. In a flood. In a flood of facts. They believed all those facts and they got washed away in them. And then he put the dove out. This is how it physically manifests itself in the world. Okay? You should have turned within by now. Okay? And here it comes. Here comes that volcano. Here comes that flood to wash away all those who think like that. Those beliefs are not believed anymore. Noah ripped them out. This is the same story as Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh ripped out these thoughts and beliefs, and the flood came and washed away those who still believed after he had ripped them out. That's gone. That belief is gone now. Okay. And you don't have to go out and kill your enemies. You just love them away. No, I'm not going to believe that. I know they're all better than that. Then something happens for them to change. And if they're turning within, then they are saved, and they'll be saved from whatever happens to take away those who still represent that belief that Noah, Gilgamesh said no more. That's what we are doing. As you rip out a belief, imagination, divine love, and consciousness take care of it. Okay, no one believes that anymore. The idea is if you don't like it, nobody else will like it either. Okay? If no one's rude to each other, no one likes that. No one likes being judged, which is where rude comes from. If you go down and look at it, it's judging. So you can judge, and when somebody goes into that ark and says, there's no more judging going on, everybody's being their best, and, there's many more besides me doing that, you're going to see, things in the world upheave. Because things must be changed, and man brings about his own fall, It's because he believes in the man and not in the God within, who, this is just a body. This is just a body. So, you need to stop and think about what is presented to you and just determine for yourself, what are you going to think about that? If you don't stop and think about it, that's okay too, but you're going to suffer. That's why supposedly you're here, trying to figure out how to stop the pain and suffering. Well, this is how you do it. You do it through love. And one of the greatest things in the world is love. In the ancient civilizations called it Baal, Marduk, and Ishtar. And Ishtar is love. It's divine love. And a lot of people say she's complicated and stuff because she's the goddess of war and she's the goddess of love. But the reality is, you split. Man splits love in two. Love Ishtar in two. And she can be this or she can be that. And when you think of her as divine love, then she is the one who rips out the beliefs. She's the one who binds it all together and presents it to you. She's the one who, no, you can't be here anymore. We're doing this. So it's not really a paradox. It's part of the same thing. It's a whole. Divine love is whole. And, if you're going to think shit happens. It's just how it is. After all, we know.
Did you see the nose?
The North Pole. Come on, with stripes.
This is
A dream.
You know, I can't emphasize enough that this is a dream and therefore subjective. And you are a thought or a belief. And what you think and believe is what you're representing to the one man and to the one God that are becoming one. You become one with them first, and the more of us of the thoughts and the beliefs of the one man that become one with God helps the one man become one with God. Okay, consciousness and divine love. So it's really important for you to sit down and think about it. This is a story. That's just a story. That is yesterday's thoughts and beliefs. Okay? Yesterday, Fibonacci sequence. It's, get your thoughts right and understand that, you love the world. You love your world. You love yourself. The world is inside you and you're projecting it out. But you love yourself. And so you love your world. And therefore, everything is perfect. God's inside you. You're perfect. God's perfect. You're perfect. It's accepting that after being conditioned to think that you're less than or more than something else, and you're not. Everything is brilliant and fantastic. It's all whole. And when you split divine love, it's automatic. You're thinking one's good, one's bad, one's good, one's bad. And the idea is to stop splitting divine love and just love it. And understand it's a dream. So I hope this helps. Blessings to you, and thank you. Thank you for being you.